Welcome to the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship.
Nobby, remember, not only in the mirror, this year we changed the situation. We will beat you.
We must not lay back, so we keep pushing, and I want to do it, It would be really, really nice. If I could become, the most successful driver in truck racing and, Revis Racing team could become the most successful team of truck racing.
We are back for the FIA Goodyear European Truck Racing Championship here in Misano, Italy, and qualifying number 1 of 32 races in total in the 2025 season is about to get started. And we have so many new stuff coming. We have new drivers, we have new trucks. A lot of stuff is going on. You will learn during this race and during the qualifying. But we also have a full electric pace car. First time in truck racing history. This one is going to be our new pace car from Iveco. It's going to start out quite a second. Only electric batteries are placed in this one. It has a range of about 500 kilometers, so just enough to make it slap around here in Misano. And we also have some guys you might have heard of already, because we have our English stream, of course, for you out there all over the world. So to all the truck racers, a big hello again, and thank you for being with us again in the 2025 season. And of course, Mr. Chess Records in the house for everyone who's speaking and understanding English. We have Fonsi for everyone who loves Spanish and who is excited about the Spanish races that are also about to come this year. And we have Joachim Eberts in Germany. An dieser Stelle ein schnelles Hallo an alle, die aus Deutschland zuhören. So this excitement is big and there is so much coming. So I'm handing over to Chess just so you learn about what's going on today. See you in a sec.
Thank you so much, Lena. Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to the 2025 Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. Boy, it feels like forever since we finished last season in Jarama, but we're back once again at Misano for our season opener. There's not really anywhere better to go racing for the first round of the season. This circuit really does accommodate truck racing so well. It's a circuit that opened over 50 years ago now in 1972, and it was originally designed for motorbike racing, much like a few of the circuits that we visit actually in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. But the trucks themselves make great use of it and certainly put on a good show. As you can see, it's a very tight and twisty circuit in terms of any of the corners that we head to. They really do require a lot of heavy braking with a load of long, high-speed straights and sections in between. Variante del Parco down at the first couple of corners is pivotal for a good lap. We'll see a lot of overtaking there this weekend. And then you've got the triple apex right-hander down at Rio. It's basically a hairpin that leads into another small right kink, and then you have to tuck the truck in again, then fling it over to the left for the back straight down towards, I believe it's Curva Curcia, and it is not easy to get this one right because that is, again, pivotal to the lap. That first sector, oh, so important. The final few corners as well are really tricky. We don't go all the way down to Caro, which is the full length of the circuit. We have a sort of separate section that's cut out on the infield for the trucks here, just for the idea of safety, basically, to make sure that we don't go too far out and don't cause any barrier damage should there be a problem. It gives the trucks plenty of time to slow it down. But this circuit, like I've said, fantastic stage to open our season. We actually finished the season here back in 2021 when the round was rescheduled as a result of COVID. But since then, it has been the opening round on the calendar, and what a wonderful part of the world to head to. Rimini is absolutely stunning. The actual town itself of Misano Adriatico is gorgeous as well, much like our Ford F-Max, which is once again the official truck of the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. We have this orange one and a blue one in the paddock as well. You could also see one of these support categories that are here this weekend. We have the Mid-Jet Italia category sharing the circuit with us. Some of racing's smallest machines alongside some of racing's largest. It's quite funny, really, isn't it? We've had that before as well, where we've had a very small pack of legends on the circuit at Most. We're going to go back into the paddock, though. We're going to have a quick word with Lena, who's back down there, and it's great to be working together once again for 2025.
It is indeed, and it's also amazing to have all these fans over. Listen to this. It's just in the morning. We have not even started out with the racing. there is traffic jam outside. All the trucks who are trying to enter the grid, who are trying to come here. Music over there, and already look at the racetrack. They're like the first fans sitting, waiting for the qualifying to get started. I love how passionate Italy is about when it comes to truck racing. I will show you later on some of the fan trucks that are parked outside, and I will walk down this lane because all the trucks are about to come. You might have heard already that there are so many changes, like Norbert, he has a new truck. Jochen, he has a new truck. Sasha, he has a new truck. Steffen Faas, he has a new truck. Januel, he has a new truck. Andre Kusch is out, but we have a new youngster sitting in his truck. There's so much happening. So, the qualifying, it's going to be super exciting because we don't know what's going to happen. But also, you will see so much new. So I think this Saturday for you will be quite entertaining. So, Chas, I will walk my way and I'm handing back to you.
Thanks very much, Lena. Yeah, like she said, the Italian fans are so passionate about their motorsport. They absolutely love it. And that's why it's a great way to start our championship. And as well, there are a lot of changes to think about. Loads of new trucks near the sharp end of the order, but also some new faces as well, and returning faces from the past. We have Steffen Kirsch taking to the grid this season in the number 33 MAN. A lot of you will have remembered seeing him at the Nürburgring last season when he joined us for those rounds of the championship. I believe they were in a Scania for those rounds as well, actually. We have Christian Ruppert joining the grid as well. Christian has motorsport experience, but not really in the truck racing department, so it's going to be exciting to see how he can convert his previous experience to have a good season here. We have Luke Garrett returning this season. Steffen Faas very, very popularly in that Freightliner. It has been a while since we had a Freightliner on the grid. Bradley Smith drove one for Ollie Janes actually at the start of last season, but Bradley now making the move up into the full-time seat with, of course, the wonderful Don't Touch Racing team. Andre Kurzim not joining us for this season, which is a big shame, and we wish Andre all the best wherever he may be. I'm not sure if he's actually in the paddock this weekend to still come and enjoy from a more spectating point of view. You could just see for a second there René Reinert's truck as well, number 77. It's great to have René's name back on the grid as well. He had a pretty good free practice too, finishing in 6th position in the end. That truck is actually an ex-Norbert Kiss truck, so that is Baloo. That is Norby's old truck, and he and René have teamed up this season. Usually we see Norby team up with Antonio Albacete as Reveish and T-Sport, but this season it is the Reveish Reinert racing team. Sounds a lot better when Chaz says it right, I must admit. But still, the fact that he has not only got a championship-winning truck underneath him, but he also has the support of Norby and Reveish Racing as well to run the thing. They are really going to be a force to be reckoned with this season. And let's not forget as well that Norby comes here with a new truck too, Baloo Jr., and boy, it looks absolutely fantastic. What we'll do though is run quickly back to last year just to refresh our minds on how the season went and just see how Baloo was in 2024 on its way to its 6th championship with Norbert Kiss at the wheel. Welcome to the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. And there you go. You can see just how much of a party it is travelling Europe with the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. And for the first time this season, we have live pictures of our machines on circuit. There is the Clemens Hecker Scania, truck number 25, giving it a good old drift out of the left-hander down there, just to make sure that he gets some temperature in those tyres. Those tyres themselves are quite important as well, because Goodyear have come to the series this year with a new 55% sustainable material tyre, which makes its truck racing debut. So basically it's a new generation of tyre that have come from Goodyear. It's achieved through the use of carefully selected ingredients. There's silica produced from waste rice husk ash. I'll get that by the end of the season. And carbon black sourced from alternative feedstocks. And basically the whole thing is compounded together into this rubber compound for the tyres. And it's worked on so heavily to make sure that obviously it's as sustainable as possible. And it means that there's less waste from these tyres. You know, they're not just thrown away. They can then still be repurposed as well. Goodyear still have their retreading program too. So any of the tyres that you see used in racing here, obviously, so long as they survive the weekend to a good enough extent and are still usable, then they will be then retreaded at Goodyear's facility and then used on road trucks all around the world in the transport industry. There is John Newell, another driver this season with a brand new truck. He and Sasha Lenz running very similar design trucks, actually. The two of them working together over the winter to design a new front end for the MANs and also work on the bodywork down the side as well to maximise any aerodynamics that they can from it, and obviously the cooling as well. John really fired up for this season, hoping for a bit of a better run of things. He had a bit of a topsy-turvy season in 2024, but as ever, John and his team supremely confident and hoping for a good run through the championship. You can see in the front right and front left corner there of the bumper itself, there's much bigger cutouts for the cooling and for the air to flow to those front wheels. But obviously you need to make sure that it's not susceptible to damage as well. I think one of the concerns is that obviously they stick out so far that it could be susceptible to contact. We're going to head back down and speak to Lena and see what it's like from her perspective.
Qualifying has started, and I just found a way to show you the speed those trucks have when they're flat out. They're limited to 160 kilometers per hour, but that's enough for such a heavy machine and a beautiful race car. So I was just hoping to already give you an estimate of all the cars. Of course, now they're all gone. So just I will hand back to you and let's see how this qualifying is going to be, because like we have new cards on the table and maybe we have someone very differently starting out than Norbert Kiss. You never know. So let's see.
Yeah, absolutely. And importantly, Norbert Kiss is not out on the circuit at the moment. There's a few trucks that haven't left the pit lane just yet. Sasha Lenz has only just left a few moments ago. We have Bradley Smith out there in the number 11 machine. Jose Eduardo Rodriguez as well. He joins us again this season after taking a fantastic victory in the Chrome class last season. He was the Chrome Drivers' Champion, and I'm sure he'd love to take things one step further. As a result, though, because he had such a good season, I believe Jose Eduardo isn't in the Titan category for this year, so he will not be able to fight with the same drivers as he could last time in terms of a championship anyway, but obviously he could still go for the overall Drivers' Championship in 2025. You can see there on screen Jochen Hahn, a brand new truck for him again this season, the Iveco. And then behind them, Antonio Albacete. Albacete running this gorgeous dark blue design with the yellow and red flashes up the cab of the truck. Looks fantastic, and it's a lovely change from their previous design that they had at T-Sport Bernau. For the years I've commentated on them, it's always been a sort of white and blue, very clean design. This season it's a lot more aggressive looking. There's Jose Eduardo Rodriguez in the Titan category for this season. So basically, you are Titan classified as a driver in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship if you are either an overall champion from the last 10 years, if you finished in the top 7 overall in the previous season, or if you've qualified more than once in the top 5 of any Super Pole session in the previous season, and if you are either Platinum or Gold FIA categorized in terms of your basic overall capability. And we just saw Luke Garrett there. He's got an interesting design on this truck this season. It's an asymmetrical livery on this one. He's got the yellow on the right-hand side, the blue on the left as part of the Orstone and Fortune tyres branding. A new partner for that team and a very new look for the 2025 season. I'm sure you'll all agree it's a very stunning looking bit of kit. Very different to last season where they had the orange and green branding all over the truck. Speaking of green branding, Christian Ruppert there on screen in the number 29 MAN, just overtaking Louis Requenco. Louis Requenco this season, I believe, running under a new team name from what I can remember. I'm just going to try and find that. It's that part of the season where Chaz has just got documents absolutely everywhere and doesn't really know what he's looking for. But so much information being fed to me. I must say a massive thank you to Barbara Prosk as well, who's the head of communications for the ETRA. She's sent so much information over to me and our other commentators as well ahead of this season to get us all prepped and ready. And everybody has been full steam ahead in the last few weeks leading up to this round here at Misano. Everybody's been crossing the T's and dotting the I's to ensure that everything is ready. And at the moment, it's Jochen Hahn that's ready by the look of it. He's on provisional pole position by 0.2 of a second from Steffi Halm and then René Reiner. Albacete in 4th place, Rodriguez 5th, and then it's all Chrome drivers. Hecker, the fastest of the Chrome drivers. Then it's Requenco, then Newell, Andre Kirsch, Ruppert. Taylor not put a lap in yet. Bradley Smith goes 6th fastest, just a few tenths of a second off. It's a very unchanged truck, the number 11 Don't Touch Racing machine from last season. I think Bradley was driving their MAN last time round, so he wanted to make sure that he spent some more time in the Iveco and got used to how this truck behaved in particular. A lot of the trucks may be similar in how they look or how they're built, but underneath, from a driver's perspective, they can be completely different animals. We've seen it before where a driver has had maybe a big hit or some significant contact at the start of a season, and then throughout the rest of the season the truck has just never quite been the same. Importantly though, we have 17 trucks with us this weekend. Jonathan Andre is a race-by-race entrant. He's with us in the field this time round. He's currently in 11th position outright, 5th position in the Chrome class. Luke Garrett hasn't set a valid lap time yet, but still the other two trucks that aren't out on the circuit right now are Norbert Kiss, and I'm just trying to figure out who else is missing. Sasha Lenz is out there. He's currently in 3rd. And we're going to go down to speak to Norbert Kiss's team, I believe, with Lena.
At least his team, because Balut Jr. is getting a hand, or a lot of hands right now. Obviously, Norbert is not out there for qualifying number 1. Of course, everyone was waiting for the 6-time European champion to be out there and do his fast laps. Maybe we can hear for a second and a half what's going on, and if we will see him for the race at least. Then.
Yeah, hopefully. Unfortunately, we are not prepared for this quick change of what we have to replace now. So we missed the qualification at the moment, but fingers crossed that we will be there on the race at least.
Okay, so Norbert is somewhere, I guess, hiding for now and a little angry, I can only imagine. But we can wait to see you back there, because he has a new truck. It looks really nice, just so you already know what it looks like when he's back on track. Number 1, of course it is. So good luck to you guys, and I really hope to get to see you for the race. And knowing him, I called him Mr. Pac-Man last year. He's very good in sneaking by and making into the front. So for him, it's even more of a challenge, I guess. There he is. Let's have a quick look. Come on, there he is. Unfortunately, it has to be, because I just said, I know for now it's a bad situation for you not to be in qualifying, but knowing you, if you're back on restart and at the race of the start of the race, you will make your way through to the front. I'm pretty sure about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty unlucky. But yeah, in the dry conditions, for sure, it's very difficult. The field is very close, very difficult to overtake. So if we make it to the race, maybe we can get a few points. But I think nothing big, unfortunately, today. So unfortunate.
Yeah, I can understand the disappointment. Of course, the tightest race already started. It's between him and Jochen Hahn, who is in front right now with his new truck. So, there's a little gap happening already. But I'm pretty sure you're a very good driver. You will make up for it once the mechanics have done their job.
Yeah, we will try our best
to catch up for sure.
So I see you at the starting line later on. Good luck for your mechanics. And Chaz, back to you. That's the world of racing. You never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, you never do, and it's very, very rare that we see such a dejected Norbert Kiss, actually. Very, very disappointed, as you can see, but understandable as well. I mean, they've turned up here, as many teams have done this season, with a new truck, and they want it straight out of the gates, performing as it should. He was top of free practice 1 earlier this morning, and now coming into free practice 2, unfortunately, it's all been unravelled by something that's just caught them off guard. I believe it was steering related, based on the information that we had, but obviously, that will be down to be confirmed. At the same time, though, it's lovely to see the guys on our screen for the first time this season. Great to see Chababako there as well. Really looking forward to the next time I get to see the squad in person. They're always a very welcoming bunch of people and such a professional outfit at Revace Racing. They really are an amazing force to be reckoned with, and with effectively 2 of their trucks on the grid this season aiming for a team's championship, then they will be hard to beat. It's safe to say. We look here at Jonathan Andre, truck number 66. He's raced with us quite a lot in the past few years. He tends to always turn up here at Misano. It's almost like free testing for him in the other championships that he races in as well. He's always a very positive character, is Jonathan, the French driver in this gorgeous number 66 machine, the Lion Truck Racing entry for this weekend. And there is Louis Requenco. I didn't get the updated team name from Louis, actually. But he's seemingly on a slowdown lap now. I think he's done his fast time. And since then, he's just said, right, well, that's that. We're done. Now, obviously, the top 12 head through. Just to sort of recap the qualifying format, the top 12 go through into qualifying 2, and then the top 6 will go through into qualifying 3. It's a very savage cutoff here, and especially with the fact that now we have bigger grids. We have 16 full-time entries for this season. We are going to lose more trucks in qualifying 1, and at the moment it's Luke Garrett and Christian Ruppert that will be losing their spot. Stefan Kirsch has had his lap time deleted, I believe, for track limits, which are very easy to overstep here at Misano. Louis Requenco, by the way, I've just found the team name. They're running under GPR Sport. Barbara said that no one's really sure what it stands for at this moment, but we'll try and find out. Louis doesn't speak a whole lot of English, so we'll try and find out from him one way or another. We actually had a quick word with him at Harama at the end of last season, actually. I'd never really had much chance to speak to Louis in the paddock, but he's a really, really lovely guy, very enthusiastic about what he does. And there is Stefan Kirsch. It's great to have Stefan on our grid full-time this season in the number 33 MAN. I believe this is a new truck to them after running a Scania in previous seasons. I think they ran in the Dutch Truck Racing Championship as well, joining us, of course, at the Nürburgring. He sets a time that is, very quickly deleted once he crosses the line. Unfortunately, it was 8 seconds or so down, though. So I think in the end it was a 2 minutes 10, at least. There is John Newell. Wow, the truck really diving down onto the front axle there, and look at the wiggle on the way into the first corner. And there is Luke Garrett on screen, making his way down towards the final part of the lap. The timer ticks to 0, and it's 2 Ivecos at the front at the end of qualifying 1. Jochen Hahn from Steffi Halm, Sascha Lenz and René Reinert. That's a way to return, isn't it? 4th place in his first qualifying session of the season. But of course, we still have qualifying 2 and qualifying 3 to come. Qualifying 3 was really entertaining last season, so I'm excited to get more of those sessions on our screens. It's only a 5-minute shootout. I think it was extended slightly at the Slovakia ring, but basically the drivers only get 1 lap to go and set a time. Steffen Faas was the other truck that didn't go out in the Freightliner, of course. He's with Lena.
Ja, willkommen zurück im Game. And there we are with Steffen Faas. Same disappointment in his face than in Norbert Kiss's. I think you have kind of the same issue, something about the steering that wasn't properly working, right?
Ja, wir haben tatsächlich heute Morgen die Pumpe getauscht und haben jetzt gerade noch 2 andere Sachen gesehen. Und weil wir ja beim ersten Mal nicht fahren konnten und jetzt im zweiten haben wir es gesehen und leider zu spät. Wir haben es nicht mehr hinbekommen. Alle Mann schaffen hier Vollgas, aber wir haben es nicht geschafft.
Yeah, he was running out of time and was steering in 2 more issues that they had to solve and fix. Come with me for a second and a half, because I'm calling you Mr. Top Gun this season, because this is like the Mustang Fighter. Very new Freightliner truck, very stylish. He will be outstanding in the race. And yeah, exactly. Last year we had a little game going on because somehow there was someone who always had some, let's say, scars on his truck, and you were not even out there properly. But this time you have an excuse because your steering wasn't working properly, right?
Ja, tatsächlich, es war so, ja.
Okay, so he says this is why it looks like that. Well, it's nice to have a new truck, and immediately the heart doesn't bleed as much anymore when you have to take it out and race when it already got some little damages. This one will not hold you back from being fast, and I really hope for you to be back for the starting grid, no?
Ja, wir werden jetzt versuchen, dass wir noch starten können. Und wir starten dann aus der letzten Reihe, zusammen, denke ich, mit Nobby. Und dann gucken wir mal, wie weit wir vorkommen.
Okay, so he will be at the end of the starting line together with Norbert Kiss, knowing they're both fast drivers. This is going to be an exciting race already. Jochen Hahn in the front, I know it already, so the race has started, and good luck to you. And just one quick last word. How does driving feel in your new truck compared to the old one?
Ja, das Feeling ist total anders. Die Sitzposition ist halt anders. Ich muss mich jetzt erst genau an die Cornermarker wieder gewöhnen, weil die Cornermarker jetzt, ich sehe die nicht mehr so. Und quasi, ich muss mich jetzt erst wieder an den Einlenkpunkt gewöhnen, weil der jetzt komplett anders ist, weil ich ja jetzt hinter der Achse sitze. Und es fühlt sich sehr gut an, aber ich habe halt noch so ein bisschen Bauchschmerzen mit verschiedenen Teilen, die wir neu verbaut haben und neu gemacht haben, dass das alles funktioniert.
So he's coming from car racing, so his seating position is very different. He's behind the axle now, so of course his position to the markers on the racetrack changed. He has a new steering ankle that he has to get used to. Also no more mirrors, as you can tell. There's a camera up there, so you also have screens on, so it's also very different for you to see what's going on around you, because you don't have to turn your head anymore. Everything. Where are they placed? Are they like placed in front of your steering wheel?
It's oben. Also ich habe die genau oben. Ich brauche eigentlich nur die Augen nach oben machen und nach unten und dann sehe ich eigentlich alles.
All right, so he can see what's going on up there. He has a steering wheel, he has a new truck. Let's see how the story goes. I see you later on the starting grid. Thank you so much, Steffen Faas.
Thank you.
Tess, time for you again.
Thanks very much, Lena. Great to hear from Steffen Faas, and I apologise to him for not figuring out which one it was missing from the grid. But it's a wonderful looking racing machine, and hopefully he will be able to have a good race weekend of it, despite not getting out of qualifying number 1. So Steffen Faas and Norbert Kiss and Stefan Kirsch out of that one. We have Jochen Hahn, Steffi Helm, Sasha Lenz, Rene Reiner, Antonio Albacete, Jose Eduardo Rodriguez, Mark Taylor, who was fastest in the Chrome class, Bradley Smith next up, Louis Requenco, Heinrich Clemens Hecker, then John Newell and Jonathan Andre, who will make out the second part of qualifying. We just now wait for the trucks to make their way back out onto the circuit. Lovely to see the shark fins making a return as well this year. They definitely divided opinions in 2024, but we have the 100% renewable HVO Total Energies shark fins on the fifth wheels of our trucks again in 2025. I personally love the things. I think they look really, really cool. It's just a bit ironic of it looking like an aerodynamic aid when it's on something so massive like a racing truck such as these. As you can see, it's a party atmosphere down in the paddock. Just trying to see who else didn't make it out in that session there, because obviously we lost Steffen Faas and Norbert Kiss because they didn't get out on the circuit. Luke Garrett has also not set a fast enough time. Stefan Kirsch was the other one, and Christian Ruppert was the other truck. So the trucks now make their way back out onto the circuit. Total Energy's not just the only partner that we have this season, of course. We have the title sponsor, Goodyear, as part of the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. We have Iveco as well, Ford Trucks, Total Energies, as mentioned, Alcoa, Krona and Yost, and now Eurowag as well this season. It might be Eurovag, but I'll need to confirm on that one whether they prefer an English or German pronunciation. Still, the championship gaining partners as we go and gaining support industry-wide for everything we do here and what we stand for here in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. It was the first championship in the world in any form of motorsport to move to 100% renewable fuels and sustainable fuels for their racing machines, and we very proudly wave that flag, much like the Marshal waves the green flag in the background there. And of course, the wonderful graphics man Patrick is ready on the 100% renewable HVO diesel graphic as well. It's a little game that Patrick and I have over the course of the season where either he brings it up and I try and mention it as quickly as possible, or I give him a cue to bring it up. It's always good fun trying to see how many of them we can squeeze in over the course of a race. But we hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. It's great to be back for the 2025 season. You're listening to Chaz Draycott here, commentating from the UK for a few weekends this season. You've also got my wonderful colleagues Joachim Eberts on the German commentary as well, and Fonzie Cebrian over on the Spanish streams also. So there's plenty of options for listening in. And the trucks, as you can see, this isn't slow-mo footage. They are just creeping around the circuit at the moment to make sure that they don't get any single component too hot before they crack on with their fast laps. There is René Reiner and Antonio Albacete. I'm excited to see what Antonio can do this season. I believe that's a new truck to them as well. Mark Taylor also in a new truck with the new design. Congratulations are in order as well to Mark. Alan, his wonderful father, and his wonderful partner have basically handed over the business to Mark. It is now Mark Taylor Logistics. Or is it Mark Taylor Transport? Oh, they'll kill me if I've got that wrong. I'm sorry, Alan, if you're listening. But yeah, they've handed the business over, and Mark is now the head honcho, so to speak. And with that has come the rebrand. Instead of the black and red that we're used to seeing with the white stripes on the truck, they have this gorgeous black and orange design for this season. So much to look forward to here in 2025. One of the biggest grids that we've had since I've started commentating on the series. It's the biggest grid we've had in the last 5 years, of full entries of 16 trucks. And even this weekend, we have bolstered that up to 17 with the arrival of Jonathan Andre, who joins us as a race-by-race entrant at a few rounds this season. There's John Newell in the number 18 machine, made it into qualifying 2, and he'll have been very happy to do so, knowing just how tight and competitive the grid is this season. We have 7 Titan drivers and a big group of 9 Chrome drivers for this season. 10 now with the fact that we have, of course, Jonathan Andre joining us for this round. It's certainly going to be exciting to see how the Chrome Championship plays out. It was very exciting last season. So many wonderful battles. We hope to see, of course, the arrival of Lucas Hahn to the grid again this season as well, son of Jochen. They took a memorable father and son 1-2 victory at Zolder in 2024, adding to the incredible achievement by Lucas of winning his first race outright at the Nürburgring as well, just the year before. It's one of the most lovable duos in truck racing. But it's just great to be back, isn't it? Great to be back, and in the sunshine of Misano as well. I remember a few seasons ago, I think it was the start of the 2023 season, where we had a lot of rain and a lot of wet conditions. It was certainly a focusing weekend, to say the least. So Jochen Hahn puts the first representative lap time on the board in Q2. It's a 2:02.418 for him. Steffi Halm on a 2:02.695, so just under a 2:02.7. Albacete third, René Reinert fourth. Mark Taylor has gone fifth fastest ahead of Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. The two of them were fighting tooth and nail for the Chrome Championship title last season. Sascha Lenz, he's not really set the timing screens alight yet, has Sascha Lenz. He seems to be struggling a little bit with that MAN at the moment. I'm not sure if that's completely representative or not, I should say, but he's over a second from pole position right now. 2:03.5 for him, just ahead of Bradley Smith in the Iveco, and Louis Riquenco, Clemens Hecker, Jonathan Andre. Albacete has gone third fastest ahead of Reinert. John Newell has just done a lap for 12th place. There is Sascha Lenz in the number 3 machine. Again, a very different design to what he's had before. I first started commentating on Sascha when it was a bright green and black truck. Then they moved over to the black design with sort of metallic green on it. And then they went over to the bright purple, of course, the wonderful, almost Cadbury's purple of the Polo tyres. Now they have the NWT branding on, and they still have the sort of splash marks on the truck as well, but it's more of a purpley blue, isn't it, on Sascha's machine this season. It's a very, very different looking machine, though, like I said. I'm intrigued to see what he can do with this when they really get it dialed in for the season. Just look how quickly these things accelerate out of those hairpins there. It's amazing, isn't it? Over 1,000 horsepower, these trucks. Just over 5 tons, 5.3 ton minimum weight. Over 3 tons of that has to be weighed over the front axle as well. And the engines are usually around 13 litres, 6-cylinder engines, inline 6s. Single turbochargers, but the turbochargers are about the size of a dinner plate. It's amazing how big the turbos are on these things. You could fit your entire arm down the boost pipe. It's terrifying. All the brakes are water-cooled as well. There's a few automated systems on them so that when they've been under high pressure, once that pressure is released, you'll see steam coming from the front wheels on the exit of corners as the water is then sprayed to cool them ahead of the next heavy braking zone. But some of them have manual control over that water, and also there's water jets for the intercoolers as well, and the radiators on these machines. They are very high-tech bits of equipment, these racing trucks. There's a lot goes on inside the cab there. But at the moment, the 6 trucks that are going through into qualifying 3 are Jochen Hahn, Steffi Halm, Antonio Albacete, René Reinert, Mark Taylor, and Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. I need to somehow get it out of my head this season that Jose Eduardo is still in the Chrome category. He's definitely in the Titan class this season, so it's Mark Taylor that leads the Chrome class. There's Antonio Albacete. Great to have Antonio back once again. I think this is either his 26th or 27th year in truck racing, is it not? Let me just find out for you. No, you know what, actually, I'm wrong by another year. It's 28. This is his 28th year in truck racing. He was in the championship from 1997 to 2015. Along that run, he won the championship 3 times, 2005, 6 and 10. He took a break in 2016, and then from 2017 onwards, he's been back with us. So, yeah, this is Antonio's 28th year in truck racing. That's remarkable, isn't it? Absolutely remarkable. And he has not slowed down one bit either. And I can tell you that from first-hand experience. I am an incredibly lucky individual to have been around the Nürburgring in the passenger seat of Antonio Albacete's racing machine from T-Sport Bernau. Thank you very much to Tim Frost for getting me into the passenger seat for that. It was an incredible experience to witness the power and the torque of these things. It's crazy because from here you see the bodywork move around, you see how much the trucks dive down onto their nose during braking, you see it lean over in the corners. From the cab you do not feel any of that. It must be so joyous from the driver's seat because there is so little aggressive force throwing you around. It's so much easier to see a lot of your apexes and corners and things and know exactly where the truck is as well. And they can absorb curbs and hit penalty markers like nothing I've ever seen before. It's amazing. So the checkered flag comes out then. Jochen Hahn fastest at the moment. Steffi Halm currently in second. Antonio Albacete third. There's Louis Riquenco crossing the line. Best he can manage is 9th place now. You can see also on the left-hand side the little letter T and C next to their driver numbers. That means they're either in the Titan or Chrome category. To simplify it, it's effectively Pro and Am based on previous results. And the Chrome category is separately scored for a second championship. It's an FIA recognised title as well. There's Steffi Halm's number 44 Iveco. Steffi has also been with the championship for a long time now. A wave and a kiss from Steffi. This would be her 15th year of truck racing. She took her first win at Hungary in 2015 at the Hungaroring. She's competed in a lot of GT racing and touring car racing before moving over to the trucks. And she's teamed up with the other Iveco just on screen there, actually. Jochen Hahn. They are Die Bullen von Iveco. And they've been another force to be reckoned with in the team's championship, finishing second last season in the team standings. Lovely looking race trucks as well, the Ivecos. Gorgeous, gorgeous machines. And there is Mark Taylor, the T-Sport Bernau guys, watching on. Having a good chat with their fellow drivers. Oh, we'll quickly go down to Lena. She's in the pit lane.
Yeah, looking good. New style of car, new style of driving. Same old guy, but he obviously has changed a lot. Mark, it's good to see you again. Congratulations for 4 laps already in qualifying number 1.
Oh yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here and good to start off better than we left off last year.
Absolutely, but you had fast laps last year, but you really changed a lot. The truck looks differently, the style is differently. Did you also change mind setting or more gaining for winning or something? What did you do over the winter season?
Yeah, we definitely changed the truck because circumstances at home. We've sold a business, we started again. Yeah, so you've got to come back and you've got to keep pushing that next step up. You can never go backwards. There was no point in coming.
All right, so good luck to you. I want to see you where you are and even further on. So I think, just remember this one, Chess, I know you're a big friend of Mark Taylor already, and I really cross my fingers for him because he has gone through so much the past 2 years. Also, someone I would like to speak to, let's see if I have a chance later on, is Mr. Reinhardt, who has been back after 3 years of not racing with Baloo. Mr. Senior, obviously, Mr. Kiss, Norbert maybe would love to have his old truck back, you never know. But let's see how he's doing and how happy he is with the results he just gained in qualifying, or lap 2 of qualifying number 1. Chaz, back to you as long as I make my way.
Thank you, Lena. Great to hear from Mark, and as you can imagine, he's very, very pleased with that first 2 qualifying sessions under his belt. Makes it through into Q3. 6th position for him, ahead of Jose Eduardo Rodriguez. They're just checking there whether Jose Eduardo is back out on the circuit. Reinhardt should be heading out. Yes, he is. Jose Eduardo is told to head into the paddock. You did not make it, sunshine. So in you go. It's going to be Jochen Hahn, Steffi Halm, Antonio Albacete, Sasha Lenz, Rene Reinhardt and Mark Taylor, who head out onto the circuit for this first Q3 session of the season. And it's a lovely thing as well to say I just received a message from my good friend Michael Boris as well. Michael, a big supporter of Norby and his team, saying how it's such a shame that Norby didn't even get the chance to go out into qualifying. Michael and Gail as well actually have very, I can't really put it into words, but over the last few years they've developed a what they call Chaz Bingo, listening to my commentary on the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship, and it seems that there's a lot of phrases that I say more than once over a weekend. I'll come to that in a moment. We're going to go and have a quick chat with Lena.
I know all of you know this face because you have seen it for so many years with the race helmet on, and you changed your style quite a bit. Andrew Cruzum is in the house. You handed over the steering wheel to Bradley Smith. So what's your new position now?
Yeah, now I am here for a mechanic job, and yes, we will see what happens this season, and hopefully we can make a new chapter next year. But it's not so easy for the moment.
What does it feel like to have someone else drive your truck? Are you proud? Are you handing him over some experience maybe as well?
Well, for me it's a new experience now as a mechanic, and yeah, I would be happy that I can go like here, and yeah, maybe I can better to drive, but...
Okay, but now you can just observe what's going on, because obviously we have a very crowded field, a lot of new drivers, returning drivers, new trucks. So maybe it's also smart to just watch and see and then make your own plan and then come back even stronger.
Yeah, for me it's a year to learn something, and maybe I can go back, yes.
Okay, I really cross my fingers for you because I know how much you love racing, but I really love that you stick with it, that you're not giving up on it, and that you stay close to your team, so that's really nice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chaz, back to you. So much is going on down here. Can't believe it.
Oh, it's fantastic to see Andrei Kurzim still in the paddock. Like I say, I'm sure I'd seen him about somewhere on the footage that we'd been given ahead of the weekend. So it's great to see Andrei back there with the T-Sport Burnout team as well, by the look of it. So interesting little switch of outfit there for Andrei, but he's such a great character, and it's lovely to see that he's still involved in the paddock in some way on the spanners for T-Sport this weekend. But as I was mentioning, Michael Boris, his wonderful partner Vera, and Gail as well, made a Chaz Bingo card basically for a lot of the rounds of the championship, and Michael was sending them to me every time via Instagram of whether he'd gotten bingo or not. And at the end of the season, actually at the end of 2024, they've sent me a framed picture of all of the different races and each of the times they got bingo throughout the season. It's massively appreciated, and another little sign of, you know, the banter and the great camaraderie that goes on off the circuit in the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship as well. We always stick to the one truck family mantra. It's not just a hashtag that we say for no reason. You know, there's such a great feeling of togetherness in truck racing, and while it is still a competitive environment, you know, it's a fiercely competitive series and tour around Europe. Everybody is in it together for the same reason, that they all love truck racing. You know, they love the industry that it ties to. They love what the racing brings to the industry and what the industry brings to the racing. It's very hand-in-hand stuff, and it's lovely to see those little gems of camaraderie coming back true in 2025. And we obviously look forward to a very strong season. As Lena has rightly pointed out, we've got so many trucks in our field this season. There's a lot going on, and it's going to certainly keep us on our toes here in 2025. The weather doesn't look like it's keeping anybody in their on their toes at the moment in Misano, though. It's a typically beautiful day in the Adriatica region, I should say. It's about 2 hours south of Bologna, on one of the most confusing motorways you will ever drive on in your life. Nothing confusing about Jochen Hahn being at the front, though. 6-time champion, always on it, whether that be quick-witted in conversation or rapid behind the wheel of a racing truck. Jochen has been the lead force to try and stop Norby taking championship after championship in the last few years, and locks up a little bit there into the right-hander. You can see he collects it nicely, though, kicks the back end out one way then the other. They don't get long in these final sessions, though. It's over 2 minutes a lap around here, and I don't think the whole group of 6 will get 2 laps out of this qualifying session, you know. Look how close they get to the penalty markers there on the exit of the left-hander. That's another thing you have to be so careful about as well here. You get warnings for if you go wide on track limits and hit those penalty markers, and after 2 warnings you get a penalty applied to your race time by the FIA. So the drivers and teams have to make sure they're on it and keep an eye on what's going on circuit, and that they don't overly do it when it comes to the track limits, of course. So Jochen Hahn heading into the final sector now then, through the right kink, hard on the brakes again. It's almost a hairpin, this next right-hander, but you can run wide on the way in, sort of square the corner off and get a good slingshot on the exit into the final few corners. 30 seconds on the clock, so he's definitely going to make it across the line to start another lap, but it's whether he does or not, because these trucks very often perform at their best when they've had a sort of slow lap to cool down slightly, and then a fast lap to go again. Looks like Jochen's going to push on. He's 0.8 of a second quicker than Steffi Halm. Antonio Albacete crosses the line. He goes second fastest. What about Sascha Lenz? He goes fourth. He's not been able to dial it in this time round. 4 seconds on the clock for Mark Taylor. Is he going to make it across the line? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he did. He crossed the line and he was 3 seconds off the top spot. René Reinert went 5th fastest. They could get another lap on the board here, I think. Jochen Hahn has backed out of it. Jochen Hahn is happy with the 2:02.0. He knows that he won't beat that. Steffi Halm is on it, though, on the exit of the first sector. What about Sascha Lenz? Doesn't look like he's going particularly slowly, so I think he's going too. Antonio Albacete is backed out. René Reinert pushing. I don't think Mark Taylor is pushing in that first sector. We'll have to wait and see. He's just about to trigger the first sector beat. No, he's backed off. He's done a 37 in the first sector, and the fastest time so far is a 33 through there. 33.1 actually by Antonio Albacete. He did a purple sector 1 on his fast lap. Bit of a wobble there for Sascha Lenz. It seems like on the brakes the truck really wants to move around. It's a very different machine to what he had previously. Sascha is a very well-renowned racing truck builder. I think Sascha originally was the creator of the truck that Norby was using the past few seasons. I want to apologise as well. I mentioned Stefan Kirsch driving in an MAN and said that he was previously racing in a Scania. I was thinking of a different white and orange Scania, which was the Erwin Klein-Nagelvoort Scania, of course, the number 15 machine. So I apologise massively to Stefan and Erwin and their respective teams for getting the two confused. Here goes Sascha Lenz, though, into the final corner. Oh, very wide of the mark out the last corner. He'll be fuming with that one. He's still on for 4th place. Does he improve enough to get ahead of Steffi Halm? I don't think so. That final sector wasn't perfect. And no, he does not improve. It is a 2:04.3 for Sascha Lenz. He loses a good few tenths of a second in the final corner. And that is not an improvement for him. It doesn't look like anybody else went for a fast lap in the end. I think René Reinert has backed out. Yeah, he backed out of his middle sector. Sascha, the only one to get 2 laps on the board. And that means that Jochen Hahn will be on pole position for the first race in 2025. It'll be Antonio Albacete alongside him. 9 European titles between the two of them on the front row. And Jochen, I've still not let him live down the fact that he called himself and Antonio the old boys back at Le Mans a few seasons ago. But Jochen takes pole position for the first race of the season. That'll be coming up later on this afternoon. 2 races to come today, and then, of course, 2 races and another qualifying session to come tomorrow. This is only the tip of the iceberg for the 2025 Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship. And let's not forget, we have 8 race meetings this season as opposed to the 7 that we had last season. In a week's time from today, we'll be qualifying at the Lausitz Ring as well, racing alongside the DTM as a partner series run by the ADAC. It's going to be a great weekend. That you can really see how René Reinert's truck is Norby's Baloo, just blue this time instead of red. I did occasionally poke fun at the fact it was called Baloo, and it was almost sounded like blue if you say it fast enough, but it was red. Now, blue is blue in the form of René Reiner. Not a bad session from him either. 5th place in his first qualifying session of the season. Mark Taylor, he may have been last in that lot, but I'll tell you what, he'll be happy with 6th on the grid, especially as he's ahead of Jose Eduardo Rodriguez as well. He'll be over the moon with the fact that he was the fastest chrome driver. Bradley Smith was next up, then Louis Riquenco, then Jonathan Andre, Clemens Hecker, John Newell, Luke Garrett, Christian Ruppert, Steffen Faas. It'd be Stefan Kirsch, then Steffen Faas, and then Norbert Kiss, who didn't get out onto the circuit. Massive shame for Norby. And here are the results of qualifying then. So it's Jochen Hahn takes his first pole position of the season. Antonio Albacete alongside him on the front row. 2 real titans sharing that front row lockout. Steffi Halm with 3rd place. Good start to her season ahead of Sasha Lenz, with René Reiner and Mark Taylor making up the 3rd row of the grid. Then it'll be Jose Eduardo Rodriguez alongside Bradley Smith, with Louis Riquenco and Jonathan Andre making up row 5. Next up, it's Clemens Hecker and John Newell, with Luke Garrett and Christian Ruppert, the last drivers to set times. Then it's going to be Stefan Kirsch, Steffen Faas and Norbert Kiss. We're going to go straight down to Lena, who is with our pole sitter.
And Jochen Hahn, who had quite a qualifying. Let's see how confident is. I mean, of course, there should be a very happy face now. Jochen, what a qualifying, what a start of the season.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm very, very happy. So first racing day, first qualification, pole position. And the nice point is Antonio and Steffi is behind. So Steffi is also on the 3rd position. And okay, now we have a technical problem. But in the end, you need a checkered flag. And you must go out to the practices to have the pole, to win a race. And we are there. Now we have the pole, and now we make the race.
How does the new truck feel to you compared to the old one? Are you super confident? Because we have so many guys with new trucks who are still dealing with issues. Yours seems to be totally fine.
Yeah, nobody will tell you the truth, but I'm happy with the new truck, but in the moment we are far away from the limit what I feel and I prefer to do. I feel confident, but it's more possible. So from this side we have something to do.
Okay, Jochen is on his way to collect points for maybe becoming the 7th time European champion. You never know. There's a big party waiting in the Arama, but the way is very long to reach the finish line. So let's see how race number 1's going to start out this afternoon. I see you at 2:30 at the live stream. Bear with us, have a quick drink, come with us, and then see this man race and all the other ones as well. Congratulations also to Steffi Halm. What a quick lady. See you in a bit.